Well, hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we managed to get everything done for Pro Professional and included managing to get the map of Primordia all the way up to 15%, allowing us to finally get ourselves in Chapter 4. And this time, we're actually going to be doing that. Now you're probably wondering, it may say recommended level being 15. Yes, you can recommend that level. However, that's not exactly as bad as you may appear to be. You can get the level ups easy on the way there. So let's actually go ahead and do Chapter 4. Chapter 4, The Ganglion Menace.
What should I whip up today?
So, this is actually something that's going to be appearing for about a few chapters. You can pick any of these options you so wish, and she'll make them. So, Lynn, let's make a baked item.
That is a great idea!
Lindley, what is Lindley making?
Today is one of my specialties, pot pie.
Pie? Did Tatsu ever tell Lindley pie is his favorite? Tatsu will even help Lindley make it.
Great. Why don't you flatten out that crust?
Tatsu will jump to it. How big does Lindley want crust to be?
Oh, just big enough to cover you completely.
How many times Tatsu need to tell Lindley? Tatsu is here to serve, not be served.
Oh, right. That does sound familiar.
Lindley always say that too. Lindley say that every time.
Time to eat, everyone!
Man, oh man, delicious. Lucky thing I happen to be in the neighborhood.
You say that every time, Commander, but you always arrive as we're setting the table.
Oh, you don't say. All right, listen up. We found something in Noctilum thanks to Frontier Nav. That's northwest of here, Rook. Looks like a piece of the Lifehold.
That's great news.
Damn right. Look at this.
Oh, friends mean Nightglow Woods.
Is that what the Nopon call it? We didn't have names for anything here, so we've been using Noctilum for that whole region.
Well, that's a silly name.
And Nightglow Woods isn't?
Moving on.
Right, sorry.
According to the Pathfinder's report, there's a large number of indigents in the area, but thankfully no sign of any intelligent life forms.
No, that's wrong. Nopon visit Nightglow Woods all the time.
Yeah, well, like I said, no intelligent life forms have been reported, but it never hurts to be cautious.
Friends patronize Tatsu. Nopon proud and brave people with rich history, you know.
Pipe down, small fry, or I'll make that nickname come true.
We'll have you check in with Lau's team first. They're already on assignment installing probes in the area. We don't have a fix on the Lifehold signal, just a general direction. See if they've got more info.
Got it.
Chapter 4, a piece of the Lifehold was detected in Noctilum region, to the west of New LA. Head there and investigate. Let's navigate. So yes, there is definitely a mission heading to Noctilum all the way over there. And while you're doing a story mission, I will say this outright, you cannot do any affinity missions while that's out. Yep, you're pretty much barred from affinity missions when the story mission is being done, so don't bother doing any of that, you'll be fine for now. Now, we can actually go to the basic mission area, and if we're going on the way to Noctilum, we might as well get some missions from Noctilum as well. So, let's go and check them out. There is, ooh, okay. You want to grab this mission no matter what, even if it's not going to be a mission for you yet. Marry Me is a required mission for an affinity mission. Anyway, there's also a suit area with Harvest Suit. I already have that item, so it's going to be very easy for me. There's a Tyrant on Parnunav, yada, 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 etc., etc., etc. There is something over near Noctilum, like more Noctums. Yep, that's actually a pretty good one for me. And we just need to keep looking for missions. Not exactly too bad, honestly. There's a lot of good missions here, but I typically just pick the missions that you can actually get for now, because some of them are just not easy to get to anymore. So, besides that, though, I think we're all done with these, because, unfortunately, not exactly any more missions are available for me. There are some bounties around the area, so we might as well grab them while we can, because as long as they're near my level, because otherwise, I'm going to get beaten down, spit out, and make me wet my pants. Yeah, not exactly the most fun thing in the world. I might as well grab this one as well, because Archbolt Revolutionary is actually required, and Residential has been updated. Interesting. That's an update that was required from Marry Me, just keep in mind. Now, Noctilum does have a normal quest that's actually located near that area, a Hero's Ride. However, I don't do normal missions unless the episode's convenient, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to zoom out and actually head back to the Westgate Plain right over here. Gear traveling is a lot more beneficial for me when it comes to this, and honestly, I'd rather do it like that. So, there is actually Sood around the area that we need to go after anyway for a mission, but there is something over here that we want to grab as well. There is some probes that are around the area, and I want to grab them. If you check segments, there are probes. However, this one can never be gotten. However, the area we're going to is around this spot as well. This area actually becomes quite important for later. So, let's actually go and take care of this Sood quickly, because, some fighting needs to be done. Now, Gwen, of course, we've already talked about Samurai, Gunner. Not exactly too threatening all that much. Really, it's the same basic class. We're basically going on our route to that class, so it's not much difference. Yeah, right? Yeah, as soon as you get a full team of 4, it starts becoming very easy to take rid of it, and Flame Trigger.
Die with the rest.
Actually, a pretty good ability. Skill. Let's go and check out that Flame Trigger skill, shall we? Flame Trigger is basically an increase of blaze damage. Sadly, though, I have no blaze art except for the attack that I usually do, Flame Grenade. So, let's actually equip that art on to our character. Since we have that art, we might as well increase our blaze damage, that way we do more damage with it. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of points right now. I've been gathering a lot of points thanks to doing a lot of the gathering of those dang items. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Anyway, Grexes around here, they actually do have some good items as well, but as you can plainly see, yeah, some areas I recommend keeping far away from, otherwise you're going to get destroyed very quickly. And it ends up being one of the worst mistakes in the world. Because their height disadvantage, it's not exactly bad, but I can't say this is actually easy. Power dive, and then let's do defensive stance. And then I believe the head will be finished off in about a few seconds. There we go. Ooh, an R. Actually, it's around my level, so I can actually use melee attack up too. Let's go and pick up some new gear, why don't we? Because we can actually do that. So, we've been using the prototype bodywear for a little too long, and even the bargain tee seems helpful in theory. I lose the arms doing that. Yeah, any sort of gear that basically does that, I can't exactly recommend. However, there is that one item we had before. Range attack up is definitely a little bit more useful, so let's get that one onto my R. And then let's get the survival sleeve L, or sleeve for the right arm. And then I believe the feet have something new. Sadly, though, in terms of resistance, I only gain beam resist and not much else. We don't have any more new weapons yet right now because all the weapons we get from new is weapons that are basically from other characters. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Also, they talk about a character named Lao. He's gonna be important for later for the story. However, these guys, as you mainly can see, will kill you instantaneously. Not good. There is possibly a way to avoid them, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yes, it is. You can actually change it to daytime, and it will actually be gone. So, no worries for you. However, the Grexes are running around, so be careful how long you stay at daytime in this area because you will get caught very quickly and it will suck a lot. So, before that though, let's go and grab this one item collectible over here that I do see that's been taunting me now. I believe it's right around here. This is another one of those vehicle wreckages, so let's go and get it. And boom. More experience, no battle points sadly, but it's experience, it's not bad. We're actually only halfway past level 11. We can get close to level 12. A lot of the enemies are going to be higher level than us. However, there's not much of a bad thing to actually deal with them because being lower level than the enemy actually means you more experience, so that's always good to do. However, I'll say outright there are gear I want to grab later in the future, but I can't exactly do it yet. There is actually something around here that's around my level, if I can go find it. This enemy over here can be ignored. Thank goodness, because I will die if I get too close to that. And back. Yep, you gotta keep an eye on the map, otherwise you're screwed, because otherwise a level 30 enemy would have killed me instantaneously. Yeah, it's not fun. No matter what you do, try to avoid enemies that are above your level. As you can see, level 27 is gonna one-shot us no matter what. We just gotta be careful where we're walking. There is actually an area around here that's close by that has a lot of level 40 enemies. You're probably wondering, can I walk past it? Yes, you can actually put Elma in front and use Shadow Walker. There's a unique enemy here, Magnetonia the Hell Express. No, I'm not kidding. Let's fight him. Finally, a Tyrant. After how long? I was hoping for a Tyrant for a while. And then Flame Grenade. And then do it again, so we have to reset the cooldown. And let's do TP up. And then let's do a Blade. Alright, very good. We still have yet to get the humidity and aggro back, so unfortunately I can't do maximum damage quite. Get over here. I have a level 2 on my and I want it right now. Thank you. Okay, and I see a topple. I need to go for it. And boom. Tower dive, and looks like Lynn decided to topple again. Very good. The head's about to break soon, so that's actually really good. Oh, nice. All right. Butt and head are broken. Now we can actually deal with that, and we actually got ourselves a soul voice. Sadly, I can't use the aura yet because, unfortunately, the aura is still on cooldown, so it kind of sucks. We're still waiting on the art, so we're going to be still aggroed a lot. Sadly, though, we are out of our instant cooldown, so we're going to have to wait a bit for that. And flame grenade. So, yeah, more blaze on this enemy. It's actually taking an increased blaze damage. As you can see, its HP is now whittling down very rapidly. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, we actually got something that ensued. Affinity up for Lynn. Actually, really good for Lynn because her affinity needs to be decently high for a lot of her affinity missions. Also, since you're going to be using Lynn a lot, I would say outright you're going to be getting a lot of level ups for her. Also, we got access to an item, however, as you see, you got to be careful. There is a treasure that's taunting you, however, there's level 27 enemies around the area. Got to be a little careful for that, but I think they ran around enough to where I can actually avoid them for now. Let's get this white whale debris before we run off. Very good. More experience and more credits. However, I did not get what I really wanted, but that's fine nonetheless. A Tyrant will always give more experience, so if you see a Tyrant around the field, just engage it in battle. It's actually a good idea to engage any Tyrant that you see on screen in battle because of this. So, let's actually go and climb all the way up. I believe there should be some more of those items here. There are Grexes around here in the area still, so yeah, it kind of sucks. Honestly, out of all the enemies in the game, I don't really like the Grexes all that much. By the way, if it looks like they're sleeping, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but watch. See? No matter what, they still engage me in battle, despite the fact that they looked like they were sleeping. If they were sleeping, they would not engage me in battle. However, they were not sleeping. So it was actually a pretty much a big lie. Yeah, the game can be very cruel and unusual for that reason. I don't know why. But that level up is quite good for Alma, and we're about to level up as well, so we're catching up in levels. There's also a rank up, so Survival Pants. Level 8 gear, max CP up, and resist stagger, which is actually quite good for early game, because staggering is one of the biggest death sentences in the game. Because of that, I'm going to equip this to get myself more gravity resistance. I lose some physical resistance, but that's fine. I did not really talk about the resistances for our abilities as well, because resistance is self-explanatory. There's a lot of resistances in the game, and you want to max out your resistance to a stat or have no minuses, so that way you take less damage. It's pretty much the big numbers game that you want to keep an eye out. Now, I'm going to drop down here because actually there is something around here that you want to go after first. Because there's actually something in the water. However, as you plainly can see, you actually cannot grab this. Now, you're probably wondering, can I not just swim to it and grab it? No. What you have to do is a little more convoluted, and this is what happened in the original game. So, in case you're wondering, do I have to do the same thing in the original? You do. All you have to do is go to a soar, jump up, and then if you make the right angle just right, and let go of the control stick, otherwise you're going to run in the water. However, make sure you keep an eye on where the abandoned container's location is. Do the field action, and you're good. And we got ourselves more experience and a potential up 3 augments. Potential up 3 augments are very useful, and I will definitely be equipping this. Let's see if that's actually for the gear. Potential 3 is very good. Now I actually will do more damage with my TP art. However, I have no TP arts that do damage yet. Keyword in essence is yet. The Samurai Gunner, and actually this class upgrades all the way to the class, are actually known to do a lot of TP arts, a lot more of the stances. However, they also have their own normal TP art that actually is way damaging. Besides that though, let's just go and climb back up to where we were at before. Honestly, this enemy actually over here is actually pretty interesting. Let's see. I can actually take care of it very easily. So let's go and kill it, why don't we? Even though it's not aggressive, I might as well. I should not have Assault Hammer, but that's fine. Let's do and stagger. And it spun around, and now it's gonna get its ears popped. Yeah, not exactly too hard. Honestly, this is a bit cruel and unusual, but as you can see, I gained a lot of experience with that. I'd rather just do that so I can get more experience, because we're very close to level up, and having a level up right now is very viable when the game's recommending that you're at a different level just to make sure. While you can enter any story mission at level 1, you can go up to the recommended level, and I'd say it's a bit safer. And the hump's about to break in about a few seconds, so... And there we go, hump's broken. Hump day, hump. Nope, kidding, I couldn't resist. Anyway, that's another experience up. We are very close to level up. I can almost taste it. So let's go up to a level 12 enemy and actually just, you know, get enough. Infuriate! So Infuriate's actually a very good starter, so that way you can have your Rising Blade at your max power. No. Yeah. Sometimes the break art goes slower than the double art, so kind of sucks. But I can't do much about it. Also, if you see it, yeah, it lost an ear. It kind of looks sad and depressing when it loses both its ears, so kind of sucks, but can't really say much, although the enemies roaring and screaming is not very fun. Anyway, level up. I rank up for Lynn. Some enemies do drop some gear that you need to grab anyway, so you can fight normal enemies and get some gear from them. It's actually a pretty good idea. So let's go and equip some gear to other party members, because we've just been ignoring everyone else for whatever reason, so... Yeah, I might as well get some gear on some of their characters, so let's see. Elma's left arm, nothing new. Warren's Sladex, not exactly needed. We can give her the new potential boost, and it's actually very recommended for her because she does have a TP art, so that way she can actually do more damage. And now she's increased her damage on TP arts, so we're actually pretty good. However, it's turning to nighttime. I really want to get out of this area, because if I'm in this area right now, or rather get close enough to the area where I need to, you know, open another point for a probing. Because if I don't, I can likely get screwed over outright. Also, if you take too long in an area, no matter what, a lot of enemies will respawn eventually. So be careful. You've got to make sure you keep an eye on where you're going, as well as seeing if an enemy chases after you. Believe me, once enemies leave the line of sight, they can actually chase back to you, and it's never fun. Believe me, I've had that happen way too often. Yep. As you saw, now their levels changed, so now they're yellow instead of, you know, red. You can challenge them if you want to, however, I will not. I'll stress this outright. Don't. You're gonna get screwed outright. Okay, I'm gonna get attacked by these Rexes anyway. I might as well just attack them on the back. Yeah. Just break the head. It's not exactly bad. Screw your face. Hey, screw your face. Alright, let's just deal with this Rex out of the way. Honestly, it was going to go after me anyway. I might as well get rid of it while I can. The tail's about to break. A lot of the head parts are broken, and it's dead. Lynn leveled up as well. Pretty good. Worn Combat Shirt. That's honestly a pretty good item, because now I have a level 12 weapon and gear that actually is better than my own gear. Let's go and equip that, shall we? So let's go and get that prototype bodywear out of the way and get a Worn Combat Shirt. It's actually way better defensively anyway, so yeah, pretty good. So, as you can see, there is level 40 enemies, as like I explained before. Well, I'm thinking, should I go that way? Technically speaking, no. You should not go that way when you're under-leveled. However, I don't listen well now, do I? You're probably wondering, why the heck do I not listen well? Well, there are 2 arts that Elma has that she does learn. Let's see if she still has those arts. Shall we? Let's see. Does she have it right now? No, she doesn't have it yet. There's a combination of arts that you really want to get, and TP-wise, you need TP in order to use Shadow Walker. So, yeah, the fact that she's burned through the TP again is not fun for me. Alternatively speaking, the amount of time it lasts is one of the best things you want to grab for early on, and if you get Shadow Walker and Blood Sacrifice, you can slip past this entire area. I'll show it off when we have TP again, but sadly, Elma decided to burn through her TP again. We're not going to worry about it for now. So, we're going to be trying to collect all the way over to where we need to go next, because it's a walk and a half, and honestly, it's one of my least favorite things about the game, because yes, travel around the whole map is actually pretty fun in this game, but it's very annoying when the map is so large, because it's just one of the more convoluted things I don't really like. You like it, but then you also don't like it. So it's kind of the things that bang my head around every single time. So there is actually some areas that you want to do for questing later, but I can't do them right now, so to pull up the map just to show off that, yeah, we're pretty far away from the main hub of New LA, so we are actually pretty close to getting out of this. So there's a Zit Rabbit. These rabbits are actually around the area, so we might as well grab them when we can. There are enemies around the area that I don't see anything I need too much. There are items we need to grab as well, as you can plainly see. However, we can't see them on the map because, of course, it won't allow us to see them yet because of that. So let's just ignore it for now. Despite the fact that when you think like Scorpios, yeah, we can't engage them yet. We're gonna have to wait from that for a while. As you can see, there's a lot of big enemies as well around the area, so yeah. I believe there's one over here. Yes, there's another rabbit over here. Let's go and get this one out of the way so we can finish the mission. Very good. Bargain jeans as well. Now, generally speaking, I try to keep characters in whatever the base gear is, but it's not easy. As you can see, there's a level 10 enemy around the area, and you normally would want to go after it because it's easy to fight, right? Wrong. Unfortunately, since you're swimming in the water, you cannot engage this enemy in battle, and you have to avoid it for now. There is a way to fight it later, however, I can't do it right now. It sucks, but I can't really do much about it. So, let's just go and see right here. There's actually 3 enemies here. You know what? I might as well engage these enemies in battle. Let's see how much dang experience we get from 3 enemies at level 12s. So, let's actually start this battle off while using Infuriate. Now, I'm going to instead use defensive stance and then actually do ourselves a favor and get Tornado Blade acted. And then that, and then that, and then do Flame Grenade. Make sure everyone is still concentrating on fire. Pretty good. Since you reset the game will actually not register whatever your last action is. So keep an eye out. Alright, I think it's about to die. Rock, Arts Beginner, Furious Blast. Honestly, pretty good. Boost damage in melee combos. Actually, one of the better arts. If you want to have an art that has more damage in melee combos, I'd recommend it. It's actually one of the better ones. So let's topple you. Fine. Hey. Knock it off. If a art does a combo, by the way, if for example, how it does melee combo, melee art then does the combo of the regular art, so you're good. And Elma gained another rank up, actually pretty fast, so yeah, pretty good. Ooh, a gold chest. Warring Combat Headset. It actually is one of the better things you can grab. Potential boost experience up to resist taunt. Honestly, it's one of the best things I've grabbed so far. Prime gear is actually one of the second highest in the game, and if you get some, please equip them as fast as possible, because otherwise, you won't have any better gear than this. It has less defense, but it's still better nonetheless, because hey, experience up. Like I said, experience is very important in this game, and you want to make sure you max your experience up to get better gear equipped. Otherwise, you're going to have a heck of a time. So, let's actually get closer to where we need to go next, and just go on a merry way. I normally would take a quest in order to get to this area, but I'd rather not. So, Green Threshold. Yeah, there's an FN site right here, so let's go in after it, and get this thing out of the way. This leads straight to Noctilum, so it's actually a very easy location. However, since there's no links to it right now, I can't exactly do anything with it right now, so it has combat support, but it has revenue, but I can't exactly say it's a good idea for me to go for it. Got a lot of Marinium for now, but I generally can't do anything with it right now, so let's ignore it for now and go continue the story, shall we? By going all the way over to Lao, who is standing right there with a skull.
Hey, look who it is.
Lao, it's been a while.
It has. Are you going to introduce me to your friends? Where's Danny and Boris?
These are my new team members. As for Danny and Boris, we had a bad run-in with a powerful indigen. They didn't make it.
I see. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I hadn't heard.
It's okay.
And what's up with this onion thing? You using it for rations or something?
Tatsu not onion or ration. Tatsu is Nopon, brave and distinguished people with long history on Mira.
It talks. Where'd you find this thing?
Rescued him. He was about to become lunch for some prone, these hostile Xenos we ran into. He's agreed to serve as our guide here.
Wow. Okay. And you? What's your story? Are you really as young as you look?
Sure am. 13 years old inside and out. I'm Lin Li Ku.
Well, hello, Lin Li Ku. You must be something to be able to make Elma's team at 13. All right. What about you?
And I'm going to introduce myself.
I'm Lao Huang. I head up Pathfinder Team Belisarda. Good to meet you. You've got an interesting crew here, but they seem capable enough.
I chose them personally.
I figured. So, I heard Nelson's whole team got wiped out by some nasty new Xenos. Is that true?
Yeah, those prone I mentioned. We're not sure if they're the ones that destroyed Earth, but their tech certainly seemed advanced enough.
Really? We better watch our backs.
By the way, we picked up a life-hold signal in the direction of Noctilum. Have you or your crew come across anything?
Where? Around here?
I take it the answer is no.
Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it. We bumped into another team and they didn't mention it either.
I see. All right. We were hoping your team might have a lead or some more info, but no such luck, huh? Well, thanks anyway. We should go.
Hey, hold up. Mind if I tag along?
But your assignment?
We're more or less done here. We just need to report back.
Well, until you do, you're not done here.
Well, give me a break, Elma. The rest of my crew can handle the paperwork. We're talking about a piece of the life-hold here. I've never even seen one. That's way more important. And besides, you might need the help. Finding it or handling the indigens that get in your way. Now come on.
We got a new party member, Lao of the Pathfinders, who's known as a Person Eagle. Person Eagles have their own unique arts, and they have the sniper rifle, so very interesting. Also, he has new 2 unique skills of Afterburner and Balance Breaker. So, Lao is now part of the party, and he's level 15, so kind of 3 levels above us. It's kind of good to have him anyway. So let's go and equip him, shall we, and actually see what he's capable of. For his arts, we're going to go through him in order based on his arts, so let's go and check his arts. Lao, as you can see, is a damage dealer that's a stagger, so he actually has another break art user, and at chances for humanoid enemies, he can actually inflict topple. And if you upgrade the art, you increase the topple level. So, really good to have. Honestly, if it comes to Javelin and sniper rifles, they are pretty interesting, and Balance Breaker is his own unique talent art. Well, rather an art that he can do outright and no one else can. So, yeah, pretty good to have. He has his own electric abilities, as well as the appendage damage increase. Yeah, appendage Maker is actually one of the better things in the game, but I think we're gonna be heading to Noctilum soon. However, normally I would head to Noctilum, and normally I would. Normally I would outright go into Noctilum itself and explore the entire area, but as you can tell right now, it's gonna be a long time, so I think we're gonna stop here for today. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, we are going to be going into Noctilum and seeing what the Lifehold is there. See you all next time!